All right, gentlemen, you ready to do 50 miles? 5 days?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Here we go. Packs are on. To the trail we head. It's Mead!
Mead?
We're in the forest. That's where we started. That's where we're going. Beautiful and green. Pretty awesome back here. Coming up to the first campground, which is Lost Valley Campground. Valley Camp. So where we came. That's where we're going. T-Mac, give us a rundown so far.
Well, we're about 1.75 miles in our hike to the alcove this evening.
Ambient temperature?
I'm gonna call it 62 still. Still a bit on the chilly side, but the sun's blowing. We're looking at hieroglyphic turkey marks on the dirt, trying to figure out what they are. We're learning a lot on this trip. Having a great time so far. Ditto.
Coming up into Fish Creek. About 3 miles in. Nice easy day, no hurry. Stop here, take the pack off, have some water. Got about a mile to go to race camp over that way. This is the Manzana. That's where we came from. That's where we're going. Back there is where we came from. And up through those valleys where we're going. There's one of Ray's camps. Here's the second one. Ah, somebody took the fire ring from down here and put it up there. Crazy. Looking back where we came from, looking up to where we're going. Still on the Manzana, day one. And a sign that says where we've been. We are about 100 yards away from Manzana Narrows. Beautiful falls, big old hole. We are about a half mile out of Manzana Narrows. Hurricane Deck Trail, Happy Hunting Ground, South Fork Sisquoc, Big Cone Spruce, out that way. We are going up that way, over the switchback. Apparently everybody's tired. We can't talk straight anymore.
Optimism.
Yeah.
Yay. Enthusiasm. Yay.
Made it up over the top. Crazy cool thing about this spot is it's an old mortise hole where they would grind the acorns out of this bitchin' oak tree stuck into the sandstone. Camp for the night. There's AA Run's tent. T-Mac's tent. And my tent. Pretty awesome place to be. Good morning, San Rafael.
Thought of everything, didn't
Just got done eating breakfast, getting everything packed up. I'm gonna head out that way. Tents are put away, backpacks going on. Beautiful camp.
The camp has been good to us.
What's the verdict for the trail ahead, T-Mac?
I don't know. You know it better than I do. Let's get after it, though.
I think they're hoping way too much from me.
You guys and your priorities are your water bottle, salami.
With your mask, you can nibble off your mask hole.
Yeah.
One good thing about Aaron, he makes all the trips interesting. Tell you what. In there. That's where we stayed last night. That's where we've been. That's where we're going. That's what we just climbed up out of. That's where we're going. Looking back at the upper meadow where we came from. That's where we're going. Up to the top. Here we are up on top. Do a 360 over there. This is South Fork and Sisquoc, where we're going. Over there is the meadow we came out of, up out of the Manzana. That's where we've been. That's the magician. You gotta bring him a peace offering to make sure you have a good trip. And that's where we're coming from, off the top. And that's where we're going, out into all that beautiful country. Crazy how there's like a major red pool right there, and there's another one up there, but this one is like super bright. T-Mac, if you take one more step, you've gone further than you've ever gone before. That's where we're coming from, into this really cool sandstone slot canyon, and heading that way. Coming up to the junction to go up to the decks. Here's the next trail sign. White Ledge Campground. The nice pool down here. Our lunch spot right here. We're heading down that way to South Fork. Stop and take a good gander at Lonnie Davis. This is what a lot of the trail looks like today. That way is the South Fork. This way is Lonnie Davis. This is Lonnie Davis Campground. It's one fire ring. Nice wide open flat areas. Our first look down into the sisquoc. Be heading that way tomorrow. Let's go inside and see what's inside the station. 2 beds. Bunch of camping gear up there. Little sink. It's like the rat has been staying in the sink. Nice fishing pole. Ooh. This is the South Fork Station. We decided to come camp by the river. Aaron's Palace. My home for the night. T-Mac's fucking Taj Mahal of Billy Badassness of tent. How was the day today, T-Mac?
It was good, but for only being 7.5 miles, it was a little bit of an ass kicker.
I concur.
I'm not embarrassed to admit I'm tired.
Hey, Aaron?
I have to agree with those remarks.
Yeah?
It was pretty brutal. I'm feeling it more than normal.
We've got tents taken down already. Trying to get out early today because we're going to do kind of a big mile day, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Packs are going on. Getting ready to hit the trail. It was a rad little campsite last night. So we came from that way yesterday. Went that way to spend the night. And now we're going that way.
How come the sign doesn't point that way at all? What does? Salisbury Potrero, Manzana Creek. Okay.
We're about a half mile in from camp. That's where we're coming from. And that's where we're going. Down the Sisquoc. Right there is Sweetwater Canyon. Back there's where we came from. That's where we're going. This is what a lot of the trail's gonna look like today. Trying to find the trail. That's where we're coming from. And that's where we're going. That's where we're coming from. Back there. That's where we're going. We stopped here at Forster's Leap. Get some water. Back there. That's where we came from. And that's where we're going. Right, Schmeed?
Right, Schmeed.
That's where we're coming from. Up on this plateau. And that's where we're going. On that sweet piece of trail. Off that way. Just came down from up there, going that way on the Sisquoc. We just dropped in down up there into the river, back up, came across here. Now we're heading that way. Right there's an anchor, and there's a couple more, but they're covered by shrubs now, where the guys that built this part of the trail be anchored and roped in, drill holes, and then blast to make this really cool section of trail. Coming into Sycamore, I had to stop and use the facilities over there. It's kind of nice to have a commode out in the middle of the woods. All right, T-Mac, what's the trail report?
Third day's the best so far. Great trail, little sketchy sections where you're pretty high up and the trail's not very wide or stable, but we made it through. Beautiful. Happy to be here.
Hey, Ron?
A few pucker factors, but the views were intense. I'd do it again.
Just coming out of Sycamore for lunch. See some nice beautiful color on the trail. Heading that way. We're coming up on our first homestead. The house is gone, but the fireplace remains. There's some wagon wheels right here. What's left of them. There's the old fireplace. Pretty cool stuff. We're coming from back there and all the canyon stuff. It's starting to get into the meadows now. That's where we're going.